Chapter 5, Displaying Lists of Data, Step-by-Step Movie 5.1. So I have my iDeliver mobile project open, and I have the main.storyboard file selected. According to the instructions in the book, my first step is to double-click the title in the navigation bar, and I want to change this to Deliveries, and I press Return. Next, I click the Table View Static Content, and in the Attribute Inspector, I change the style from Plain to Grouped, and the table view cells take on the group look shown here. Now we're ready to configure the table view cells. To make this easier, I'm going to display the document outline. So I click here, and we can see the document outline. I'll skinny that up a little bit. And I'm going to expand Table View and select what is Table View Section. And we can see this area gets highlighted in the design surface. Now I'm going to go back to the Attributes Inspector and change the number of rows to 1. Next, I click off, then click back on to select the single remaining cell. And I'll set the style to Subtitle. This adds title and subtitle labels to the cell. Next, I double-click the title label, which puts it into edit mode. And I'll go to the Attributes Inspector, and in the font setting, I'll click the down arrow to set the font to System 15. Now to see that take effect, if I click off the cell, you can see it's a little bit smaller now. Next, I double-click Subtitle, and this time I'm going to change the font to 13, so I'll press the up arrow twice. Now, with the subtitle text still in edit mode, I'm going to select, in the Auto Shrink box, Minimum Font Size. So that tells us that the text in this address line, which can potentially be pretty long, will shrink to fit in the available space. And below the combo box, we'll leave the minimum font size set to 7. So with the subtitle text still in edit mode, I'll go to the top of the Attributes Inspector, and with the color attribute, I'm going to click the double-headed arrow to the right, and then at the bottom, select Other. Now, if you don't see a set of crayons, and I don't here, I need to select this button up at the top to see the crayons. I'm going to select the dark blue crayon in the top row, which is Midnight. So again, I can click anywhere else, and we can see my subtitle font has changed, and so has its color. So now that we've set up the basic style for the fonts of the table view cell, we can duplicate this cell to make others just like it. Close the color palette here. So I select this cell, and I'm going to press Command D. So I hold the Command key down. I'm going to press D 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's now a total of 6 cells. Now I can go back and edit each cell, change the title to the name of the person listed in the book, and subtitle to the address shown in the book. So here you can see I've completed all of the names and addresses. And again, to do that, I just double-click each label to put it in edit mode, and I type in the information. So now I'd like to indicate that the last 2 items in the deliveries list have already been delivered. And in this app, that's indicated by the fact that they will be shown in gray. So let's change the last few cells to look as if they've been delivered. So I'll take the last cell in the table view first. I can double-click here, go to Color, and I'll change it to light gray color. Double-click here, also set it to light gray color. Click off, you can see they're gray, and I'll do the same here. And now my last 2 deliveries look as if they've already been delivered. So now we're ready to see how the app looks at runtime. Again, I'll press the Run button. And there we have it. We have our delivery scene, we have 6 different items, and the last 2 in the list have already been delivered.